Peace and blessings, glory, glory to the eternal living God. Blessed be your God's mercy in this day in which we will use. Blessed be your God's great favor upon your life, rendering down anything that we would actually need in this day. Blessed be the glory of your God, for if your God had no glory, you would have none. Blessed be the God of the heavens and the earth, for he is worthy. Now, family, I have to go through before I can honestly sit here and minister. I have to just go through these things. So just bear with me. Just bear with your brother real quick. Okay, Hannah was a very religious woman. She spent her days praying and trying to serve God by being a good woman, a good wife. She wanted to be a good mother too, but she did not have any children. This made her sad. One day she went to the temple, her house of worship, to pray to God for a son. She sat outside the temple crying and praying. She prayed to God, reminding God that she was a good servant and she wanted but one thing only. Then she made a promise. She said, "Oh God Almighty, if you will only see my misery and remember me by giving me a son, then I will give my son to serve you, God, for all the days of his life." A priest at the temple named Eli saw her sitting outside. Because she was behaving strangely, he thought she was a vagrant. "Why are you hanging around the temple?" he asked. Hannah replied, "I am a good woman who deeply is in trouble. I have been praying here out of my great anguish and grief, asking God to grant my prayers." Eli was moved by her earnesty. She was praying and said, "Go in peace, and may the God of Israel grant you what you have asked him for." Several months later, Hannah gave birth to a son. She named him Samuel, saying, because I have asked the Lord for him. Okay, now after she received Samuel, you got to imagine, Hannah was a ridiculed, shamed, and a mock woman. The one thing that she wanted out of life, most importantly out of all things, was to have a child, but she had a barren womb. A lot of women nowadays don't understand how wonderful and how it is a gift to actually being able to give birth to a child in this world. This woman right here, she was shamed. She was ridiculed. She was mocked and she was scourged because her husband had another wife, and she didn't have no problems giving up no babies. She had like 3 babies of her own. But when Hannah went to the temple, she had a broken heart. She had a contrite spirit. She was saddened to the course of her very being. And this is the prayer that she said to God after he blessed her with the child. And remember, all these things that I put forth in this day was brought to me by my master. It was given to me by my God. I have my allotted sanctioned time to be here in the house that God has made. And the preparation for your day is this manifestation of the law, of the rules, of the same great hope that everybody needs just to sustain themselves against the wile of the evil one. So I got my sanctioned time. I'm not one of these just random people. You know what I'm saying? This is what God placed to me to give to you. That's why I'm saying it's sanctioned, because he went over all these things last night. Okay, now, this is the prayer that she said. She said this after receiving Samuel. Hold up. Let me find it. Okay, then Hannah prayed and said, "My heart rejoices in the Lord. In the Lord my horn is lifted." Let me go back, because I skipped. That's why I said bear with me, you know what I'm saying? Because I had to actually pull it out of something else. Okay, let me go back. I don't know why it's doing that for him. Then Hannah prayed and said, "My heart rejoices in the Lord. In the Lord my horn is lifted. My mouth boasts over my enemies, for I delight in your deliverance. There is no one holy like the Lord. There is no one besides you. There is no rock like our God. Do not keep talking so proudly, or let your mouth speak such arrogance, for the Lord is a God who knows, and by him deeds are weighed. The bows of the warriors was broken, but those who stumble are armed with strength. Those who were full hired themselves out for food, but those who were hungry are hungry no more. She who was barren has borne 7 children, but she who had many sons pined away. The Lord brings death and makes alive. He brings down to the grave and rises up. The Lord sends poverty and wealth. He humbles and exalts. He raises the poor from the dust and lifts the needy from the ash heap. He sets them with princes, and as them inheritance a thorn of honor. For the foundation of the earth are the Lord's. On them he has set the world. He will guard the feet of his faithful servants, but the wicked will be silenced in the place of darkness. It is not by strength that one prevails. Those who oppress the Lord will be broken. The Most High will thunder from his heavens. The Lord will judge the ends of the earth. He will give strength to his kings and exalt the horns of his anointed. So I just want you to think, family. I want you to think about this woman's struggle. I want you to think about what she went through. Remember, she went through the temple. She went to the temple begging and crying because she was broken. And she promised that if God blessed her with a child, that she would dedicate that young boy to the temple for her whole life. But it took her to be broken down, to sacrifice the one thing that she loved the most out of all things, was her son Samuel. So here today, I have to ask you, my brothers and my sisters, the things that you ask God for, are you willing to sacrifice that to God? The things that you are asking God for, will you let him use it? The things that you are asking God for right now, would you be willing to sacrifice that to God? The things that you are asking God for, will God be able to use it for his greatness? The same things that you are asking God for, can he use those things to build you up? The things that you are asking God for in your life, is he's going to be able to take all of those things and shape you, mold you, and then be able to glorify and exalt himself? Will you be willing to render these things to God? Because if you really want them, you gotta understand that you must have a perfect sacrifice to God. So I'm just saying, my brother, I'm just saying, my sister, I want you to think about that. Now, for the last of my ministry for this morning, glory to the eternal living God, is I have a question that I have to ask you. The things that you ask God for, that he gives you immediately without no hesitation, I want you to be aware of these things, because it's a certain type of power that is being used. If you can recognize where is God fighting for you the most at, the same things that you pray for, and instantaneously God blesses you with those things. These are your weapons of spiritual war. I want you to use that. I want you to think about your life and all of your goings on, and any time that you have beseeched the Heavenly Father, you asked him a prayer, and whatever he did it immediately. Soon. It didn't take no 3 or 4 months or 5 months. So I want you to think about all the different areas in your life, to when you go to God and you ask him for something and he gives it to you immediately. This is your tools that you will use in this warfare. So it's a lot. It's a lot in that. I really want you to take the time down, sit back and look at your life. And think, my brother, and think, my sister, where is it in my life to where when I'm asking God for something and he renders these things to me immediately? It just doesn't have to be the blessings that he gives you, the other favor as well on your life. I want you to use all those things to your benefit, because there's a great power involved in it. Now, the second thing is, Jesus, he always talked about, he always said to the people, well, you know, my time, my hour has not come upon me. My hour has not come upon me. The Son of Man is still with you. Now, what does that mean? We all know in the Lord's hour, in the Master's hour, he had to pick up that big old cross, and he had to walk down that long road to be crucified. All of that took place in less than an hour. So each and every single day, you have to understand that you have an hour when the devil will come to you. You know what I'm saying? He's either trying to inflict you, he's trying to oppress you, he's trying to slander you, he's trying to mock you, he's trying to ridicule you, he's trying to shame you. But he only has that hour. Why would you be any different than your Lord, your master? Now, we might not have to sit up here and sacrifice our life for all of humanity. We ain't got to do that, but we still got to bear this cross. And your brother, I want you to be prepared for all these evil that's in the world. Your trials of your afflictions come on you in a day, but it comes at a certain hour. I want you to look at the clock. I want you to look at the time. I want you to look at the date. I want you to look in this day, and you tell me, what hour did the devil come trying to impose and trying to inflict and trying to taunt and trying to weaken your spirit? For this will never change. Just like all of every single thing that happened to our master happened to him in an hour. He always say, my hour hasn't come, my hour hasn't come. Why he say that? Because he know the devil was going to test him at that 1 hour. We are no different than our master. The devil will come about you in 1 hour of each day. So I want you to think, my brother. I want you to think, my sister. What is the hour that the devil is going to come to you so you can protect yourself and you can be looking? You know what I'm saying? You got to look for the devil. If you know what time he coming every day, and ain't nothing that he can really do to you because you're already looking. I know the time. You know what I'm saying? I know the time when the devil come at me. That's why I'm looking at you, brother. And I'm looking at you, sister. And I'm asking you in this day. I want you to be very observant of your life and your time. This is all spiritual warfare that you are under in a day. We all have that 1 hour where the devil comes to us to try to inflict us, to try to confuse us, to try to put us down, to try to mistreat us. So I want you to think about your life, think about your day, the time, the 24 hours in a day. He only got 1 hour. So I want you to find out what hour that is. Now, peace and blessings be upon your day. Glory, glory given to the eternal living God. But until next time, peace and blessings, my brothers. Peace and blessings, my sisters.